Rontrell Sandoff at the line, can't hit the first. Second one goes down though. Entry pass to Howard. Coming right back to him. Howard strong to the hoop.
Really strong take there by Kyle Howard, going up with two hands and laying it high off the glass, making it difficult for anybody to get a hand on it.
Not overwhelming height by any means, but he is powerful when he goes to the basket. That shot just off the mark from Brian Smith.
Red table, they won't let you in.
Howard once again. Good start for Kyle Howard and the Tulsa Hawks. Steve, they didn't have much problem cruising through pool play, did they? Perfect 3-0, including two of those wins by more than 20 points.
Yeah, good, strong team here in the 10th grade bracket.
Rebound tipped up. Howard trying to control it. It's still loose, and Stacy will come away with it. Tipped away. What a save. What an effort by the Blazers. Goodness gracious. Brian Smith, finally the one to get the basket.
Yeah, nice job there by DeMonte Coxey. Been out of bounds. There's a foul there. Brian Smith on the reach. Goes against the Blazers.
So two players from each team will check in.
Both teams with very limited benches. Three players on the bench for the Blazers. Only two of them seen time so far. Tulsa Hawks with just two as well. Got to think that would factor in a little bit throughout this tournament.
Pass inside. It couldn't be controlled by Parker Taylor, and it tapped the baseline out of bounds to the Blazers.
The nice thing is there isn't really back-to-back games so far for any of these teams. You at least have one game in between any of your matchups.
Here's Lynch Ramey driving quick. Thought about pulling up, and the pass was too far in front of Parker Taylor, out of bounds.
Have to be ready to catch a pass at all times on the basketball court, especially if you're a big guy like Parker Taylor.
Yeah, it's going to be coming to you more times than not, especially from what this offense for the Hawks holds from what we've seen early. Howard gets taken to the hole, and he is forced to hack. It's Donald Hunter that'll head to the line. Second team foul against the Hawks. First one rattles in.
Hunter's first points, of the afternoon.
Kyle Howard inside off the glass and an offensive foul.
Strong move there by Howard. Yeah.
That's already the second on Kyle Howard. And Steve, we're just over 5 minutes in, but we can tell, I mean, not just because this Tulsa Hawks bench isn't very deep with subs, but they're going to need Kyle Howard down the stretch.
Yeah, he's been a force already, 6 points of their 11. So very important piece, and you hate to see him have to head to the bench here soon.
Mason Fielden able to strip it away. Still on ball, spinning out of control, and he lost it. Blazers are going to push. Well, a nice job to get a hand on it by Terrell Marshall, but the Blazers still working in a bit of transition. Here's a three that misses everything. Skying for the rebound is DeMonte Coxey. Turnaround jumper on the baseline goes down.
Nice move there by Coxey, knowing where he's at, being able to make that little jumper.
Crossing over is Lynch Ramey, driving to the left side of the lane, and his scoop shot goes. Second time we've seen Lince Ramey drive in for a basket. But more times than not, when he gets the ball in his hands, he's looking to slash through the lane. Driving the baseline. In the lane with the right hand. Donald Hunter not able to get it to go. Ball's still loose though. Nice job by Mason Fielding to come up with it. Here's Marshall. How about that lay-in with the English off the glass? Reverse lay-in. That's just too easy for Donald Hunter. Somebody's got to step in front of that one.
Nice reverse lay-in there. Hunter's been impressive so far with 4 early points. The Hawks trying to run an offense there. Just a good job there by Coxie, to step in front of the passing lane.
Easy 2 there for Rontrell Sandoff. 6 points for him. Kyle Howard still hanging in there with 2 fouls. There's a good-looking jumper from Mason Fielding. The good-looking stroke, Steve, that you said he had earlier.
Yeah, you can just tell he's a good player for the Hawks.
Baseline jumper, another good shot. This time from Austin Stewart, his first basket. Marshall's going to drive all the way in off the glass, and all of a sudden this is turning into a bit of a track meet, just back and forth, end to end, both teams trading blows.
Good first step by Marshall at the other end, and then finishing strong on the layup. Tulsa moving into their offense again. Trying to work it into the post. They get the matchup they want down there, and an excellent job by Parker Taylor sealing off Austin Stewart. He's much smaller than he is, and it's going to make the coaches for the Blazers make a substitution.
So the foul charge to Stewart, that's his first personal and the 4th team foul. Parker Taylor at the line.
Nice job by Taylor to convert on the second one.
This would give the Blazers the lead, and that 3 is off the mark. Marshall likes to go fast. Corner from the 3. That one just a little short. Top of the key 3 from Caleb Wilson.
That's what passing can do. We've talked about it all 3 days of this tournament, Josh. You swing the ball, you make that extra pass, and it converts into buckets, and a great job by Terrell Marshall. Give up what was a good shot for a great shot.
And another good shot on that end, Austin Stewart. 5 points for him.
We talked about it. If you're in this championship bracket at any age group, you've got a good squad. You've got a good team. It means something to make it into this bracket.
Yep, and a travel from Brian Smith. Great job by Caleb Wilson to slide in and get a hand on it and held it up. Marshall's going to drive in, kicks it out, baseline jumper that is good. Colton Stacy and these Tulsa Hawks know how to hit open shots. Stewart again for 3. We're going to have to take a step out and get in his face, or else he's going to rain those all day long. Fielden misses everything on that three. Seward, that three on the run, just a little too strong. Wilson's going to push the floor. Got past Seward and a nice lay-in from Wilson. Pull up from just one step inside the arc that wouldn't go down for Malik Jackson. Fielden splitting two defenders. And it's going to be a reach-in foul. Foul charge to Stewart. That's his second personal and the fifth team foul.
Not a lot of foul trouble from either team so far. I mean, you have Howard, who's got 2 for the Tulsa Hawks, but he's sitting on the bench, and wisely so. They've played well without him, even though he was such an important player. And a nice job there by Parker Taylor, laying that one up after missing it on the air ball.
Driving in, going for the reverse layup was DeMonte Coxey and couldn't get it to go. Foul's going to be charged to Mason Fielden, and it was on the shot.
I thought he made it on the shot, but I guess not. Smith will go to the line.
Second one good as well. 6 points for Brian Smith. Right back down to the other end was Terrell Marshall and just missed a layup. Hawks still holding on to a lead, but it's now trimmed down to 1. Sandoff gets it put in. Wilson has it poked away, and it's thrown away.
And a wide open 3 at the other end. A bad offensive play turns into a bad defensive play as they give up the 3-pointer there.
And the Blazers have taken the lead for the first time. Somebody's going to have to start staying on Stewart and know where he's at all times. That's his third 3. Taylor a little bit out of control as he spun to the basket, and it missed hard off the glass. Bounce pass underneath. Coxey's interior pass was knocked away. Lynch Ramey was able to take control of it for a moment, and then he gets tripped up. Foul's going to go against Patrick Arnold. 6th team foul against the Blazers. There is no 1-and-1 situation. It's only double bonus, so once you get to 10, it's when you find yourself in the double bonus.
2 personal fouls against Patrick Arnold and Austin Stewart currently for the Blazers.
Marshall splitting 2 defenders but couldn't get the scoop shot to go. Oh, yep, backcourt violation. Just as Seward tried to cut forward, his foot crossed the line.
That's from the good defense of Terrell Marshall. He did an excellent job getting up in his face, getting that 5-second call started, and then forcing him up towards the timeline and over and back. Now can the Hawks capitalize off the turnover?
Ramey's jumper bounces out. Taylor with the board, and he's going to put it back up and in. Strong offensive board from Parker Taylor. A timeout on the floor. PrimeTime Sports running 12 years strong, and not only do they offer basketball, Steve, but a couple other great sporting events.
Yeah, soccer along with softball and 7-on-7 football. They had that last week down in College Station.
So with just under 3 minutes to play, we've got a deadlocked game. $31-all. Steve, this is probably the closest game that we've seen today to this point. We saw one overtime game yesterday, and you mentioned a second ago the stat of how many games. This is game number 27 for us.
That's if we still know
one
how to
overtime
count.
game. Yeah, that's true. Well, the referees know how to count, and that was 3 steps. Traveling violation. We'll give it back to the Hops.
Well done. That broadcast school really paid off. Nice jumper there, wide open. Way to create your shot by Lynch Ramey. Not able to capitalize off of it. Can the Blazers take the lead? And the answer, Josh, is yes. 33-31.
Patrick Arnold with the bucket on that end. Fielden, he's going to try a 3 from the top of the key, just off the mark. Had one early one. He struggled since.
Rushed his shot there. He had a defender in his face, tried to rise up real quick. Didn't get his hips and shoulders turned towards the basket.
Driving to the rack was Coxey and gets it off the glass. Or make that Rontrell Sandoff, rather. Ramey down low. Taylor trying for the tip-in, no, and Ramey's going to get it to go off the glass with the offensive board.
I like that play there. Get your guards down. If they're going man-to-man, get your guards down in the post, especially when they have just about the same height or a little bit of a height advantage. Let them go to work down in the post, and you can tell those guys know what they're doing with their post moves.
Foul will be charged to Lynch Ramey, his first, team 5th.
Both coaches checking in on how many team fouls, because that does play a part, especially in the second half. Nice job by Taylor just to secure the basketball, not try to dribble out of the steal. A lot of players would have tried to just dribble and work into the fast break. He did a good job of securing it, making sure his team kept possession.
Foul whistled against Donald Hunter. 7th team foul against the Blazers. Shouldn't be an issue for them, though. We're approaching 1 minute to play. Ramey lets 2 defenders fly by, but couldn't get it there. Taylor with the rebound, no. Ramey has his shot just roll off the side of the rim. 3 great looks to tie it up, and they couldn't get any of them. That shot off the glass, no, but the putback is there. Brian Smith's got 8 points. Marshall's going to hustle the other way. His shot, no, got his own board, kicks it out. Thought about the 3. Instead, Stacy will pass it inside, and a great look to Taylor, who finishes.
Excellent look by Colton Stacy there. An unselfish play by the guard for the Hawks.
7 points for Parker Taylor, and it looks like the Blazers are going to try to hold for the final shot as they possess a 2-point advantage.
Probably not a bad idea here. Unless the Red Sea parts, which it nearly did there.
Here's a long 3. Boy, that was ill-advised. You'd already burned that much time off the clock. You might as well hold it. Not the right time for a heat check for Austin Stewart, who already had 3 3-pointers.
Here's a coaching decision to bring Kyle Howard in. 22.7 seconds left. Should only be an offensive possession if you do things right. But he's got 2 fouls. So, and he picked up one of those offensively.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if this pays off for the Tulsa Hawks.
Wilson's going to buy some time. Nearly lost it back court. And a 5-second call against Wilson.
I'm Coach Padilla. I'm quickly subbing to get Kyle Howard out.
And there it is.
Get Howard out. So offense, defense, smart play there by Coach Padilla.
Look for Stewart to take this final shot, and he does. It was way too rushed. Nearly got it to go in anyway. And that's the way the first half ends. 37-35. The Baton Rouge Blazers leading the Tulsa Hawks. You're tuned in to the PrimeTime Sports Network. We get set to begin the second half here at the Duncanville Fieldhouse. 10th grade boys championship bracket C first round action. Tulsa Hawks held a lead for most of the first half. But the Baton Rouge Blazers able to battle back, and they lead it by 2 as we begin the second half. Three-pointer on the wing from Brian Smith is no good. Not a very deep bench for the Hawks. They only have 7 players. One of those, Kyle Howard, picked up 2 early fouls in the first half and sat for most of the remaining half, but he's out there to start in the second half. That shot too strong off the glass. Second chance effort, no. Third chance effort is there from Malik Jackson, his first basket. 7 different players have scored for the Blazers. And a timeout on the floor for the Tulsa Hawks. Not what Richard Padilla was looking for. PrimeTime Sports, national championships, over 800 teams registering for this tournament. It's not just about a localized event. There's teams from Rhode Island, teams from California, even a team from Sweden that made it here. That's the kind of attention that PrimeTime Sports has drawn to themselves. People want to be here and be a part of it. It's also not just something you can go sign up for and pay a fee. You've got to qualify to get in here. So a good tournament that PrimeTime Sports puts on. The best game in town. As we resume play, all timeouts 30 seconds in the PrimeTime Sports events. Lynch Ramey gets it back to the Hawks, but then picks up his dribble. Here's Marshall. They've got to get it across the timeline, and they're able to do it. Thought about the three. Did Fielden. Here's Kyle Howard. His pass got intercepted, but it gave a great look to Fielden. He couldn't get it to go off the glass. And Howard was stepping on the sideline as he made contact with that ball. Back over to the Blazers.
Just an easy take down the lane there.
Hey, know who you're guarding.
That's only the first personal on Parker Taylor. And the first team foul. No one else has 2 except for Kyle Howard, so everyone in pretty good shape for the Tulsa Hawks. And Steve, you would think that that would probably play a little bit of factor of how you defend when you've only got 7 players in a setting like this.
Yeah, you've got to be a lot smarter. You can't really put a lot of pressure defensively. You have to almost let them shoot and hope that you can go out there and out-rebound them.
Terrell Marshall gets trapped. Just throws one up for grabs. Parker Taylor comes up with it. Oh, he couldn't get the scoop shot to go off the glass. Tough break for Taylor and the Hawks, who trail by 4. Driving back in. 1 block. Second chance effort, no. Third chance is there. That's the second, third chance bucket they got. Maybe the 4th chance on that one. DeMonte Coxey puts it in. Nearly a turnover. Now a 3-on-1. They should finish here, and Taylor will.
Not great possession by the Hawks, but they're still not out of it either.
Mason Fielden's going to get whistled for his second personal foul and the second team foul. This is our 5th game of 10 on the day here at the featured court at the Duncanville Fieldhouse, formerly known as Bobby Knight Fieldhouse. Smith trying to drop in the floater, but it rimmed out. A lot of pressure coming, and who's it going to belong to? It will be the Blazers basketball. They are bringing the pressure, whether it's a make or a miss. Our next game will feature more 10th grade boys action. Championship Bracket A first round game between Wings Elite and Game Face Elite. Drive on the baseline. Floater with the right hand will not go.
It'll be an elite game right here on court 5.
Will indeed. Foul charge to Stewart. That's a third personal on Stewart, who had the hot hand with 3 3-pointers in the first half. Just the first team foul against the Blazers here in the second frame. Fielding gives it up. Here's Lynch Ramey. I think they're going to need Lynch Ramey to get going here in the second half if they're going to hang in. But again, that on-ball pressure comes, and it's turned over. Still loose on the floor, and it's going to be tied up. Possession arrow will keep it with the Hawks.
A lot of bodies on the floor there. One guy took a knee to the face. Another one, he got kicked in the face. Everyone diving after the basketball. When these guys step out on the court, they want to win the game.
Wow, what a takeaway there from Smith. And Ramey fouls him. Second personal on Lynch Ramey. Nice take to the hole and the bucket for DeMonte Coxey. 6 points for Coxey. Fielding trying to dump one off underneath and couldn't get it to go.
And that foul on Fielding.
First one goes down. That's the third on Fielding.
Fourth team foul.
Howard up underneath.
You can hear that one from over here, and we've got headsets on. That's on Patrick Arnold. Bucket there for the Hawks.
Long three there from Stewart. A bad miss, but the second chance effort is there. Patrick Arnold. And the Blazers continue to control the offensive glass.
Not a good job on the defensive boards by the Tulsa Hawks.
Nice pass underneath. Howard has it stuffed away. Big time block from Patrick Arnold.
Not boxing out on the defensive end. Got to do a better job if you want to cut back into this Blazer lead. A slick spot over there. A lot of bodies have hit the floor chasing after balls in this game. These guys understand it's championship bracket play. Even if it's first round action, they know what's on the line. And out in the lobby, they've got the trophy set up now. As you walk through and see numerous guys look over and their eyes get a little bit bigger.
Stewart might be the shortest guy in there, but somehow got the offensive board and driving to the hoop. Brian Smith gets fouled.
They're going to call that on Fielding.
And that is 4 on Mason Fielding.
First one off the mark, and Fielding will come out. Wilson will check back in. Both have 5 points.
Smith can't get the second. Nice bounce pass, though, from Terrell Marshall, finding Caleb Wilson for the bucket. Just caught the Blazers napping there. Not something that we've seen happen often. But the lead is 7. Pass to the corner. Stewart thought about the three. Instead, he cuts inside, goes off the glass, and the foul. What a move by Stewart. Foul hit on Caleb Wilson. 6th team foul already for the Hawks. Stewart's free throw will roll in.
Impressive outing by Stewart so far.
Marshall drives straight to the basket and draws the foul on Malik Jackson. 3rd team foul. That's Jackson's 2nd personal. First one off the mark for Marshall. Second one short. It's a double-digit lead for the Blazers. Driving inside, and that's going to be a foul.
Easy call there. Go against Terrell Marshall, his first. He just bodied up Malik Jackson basically from the second he crossed the timeline.
First one good for Jackson. 5 points for him. Second one good as well.
Make it 6, and 4 of those have come from the charity stripe. Just shows how important free throws can be.
Marshall driving to his left. There's Caleb Wilson. We haven't seen the Hawks take a lot of three-pointers. They took a lot early in the game. Were able to make a few of them. Since then, haven't really done a whole lot. Another thing they tried to do was go inside to Kyle Howard, and that's why. He's strong in the low post, gets that one to go, and he'll go to the free throw line.
DeMonte Coxey picks up his 2nd. 4th team foul as Howard knocks down the free throw.
Pack it in. Pack it in. Back up some. Back up some.
Hawks in a 2-3 zone, trying to pack it in, is the plea from Coach Richard Padilla.
Right-handed floater that won't go down. Good job by Stacy to secure the rebound.
I think he wants the Blazers to have to beat him on the shot.
Stacy for 3, misses short. Howard with the offensive board, got that to go. They're going to need more of that. Lead trimmed down to 7 as we're under 10 to play. Wow, what a scoop shot in the lane from Brian Smith. Impressive as he just hung in the air and had a lot of balance doing it.
Smith, a long player that when he gets up in the air, it's easy to get close to the rim with those long arms.
Kyle Howard inside, and he's going to draw another foul on Coxey. That's the 3rd foul on DeMonte Coxey and the 5th team foul. But the Hawks, Steve, it's pretty clear that they're starting to be more effective on the offensive end.
Yeah. They're able to run with Howard now, even though he missed on that one. He's got 11 points. And Coxey on the defensive end thought he was straight up, but kind of was moving under with the body as Howard misses both. He struggled at the line, made only 1 of 5.
Here's a 3 from the corner that's off the heel, no good. Offensive board chased down, though, once again by the Blazers. Pass dumped off underneath, and the finish is there for Brian Smith. He's got 12. Quick pass the other way. Colton Stacy has his pass tipped. Ramey will control it. Now Marshall thought about the 3, kicks it off. Caleb Wilson, a 3 from the right side. That won't go. Strong board from Kyle Howard to Stacy. Tried to feed it underneath to Ramey, and it's picked off. Jackson Hard the other way. Yes.
Oh, they're going to wave that off.
Yeah.
So they waved it off. So that one's waved off because his teammate came up and hung on the rim just a little bit.
Ramey's 3 no good. Wow, good boxing out by Donald Hunter. Not easy to do that when you're that far away from the basket.
Oh, but 3. That's what we've talked about. If you're not right on top of them and you're able to jump straight up and block the shot out of their hand, get out there and box out.
Great box out for the defensive rebound, and then another offensive board. Dennis Rodman and Charles Barkley would smile if they watched this tape, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah.
It's a 6th team foul against the Blazers. Wilson trying to inbound, gets it to Colton Stacy, trapped in the corner. He's going to fire a 3. How about that? That's not an easy shot. Even when you're wide open from that spot that far deep into the corner.
And then to have a man right on top of you, hand in your face. There's a jump ball. Good job there by the Hawks and Colton Stacy getting his hands in there, gaining dual possession. Jump ball, and it goes to the Blazers. Ball goes in the corner.
Baseline jumper from Stewart is off the mark. Another offensive board. Driving in is Smith. It's going to be a blocking foul against Parker Taylor, his 2nd personal. And the 8th team foul against Tulsa. Brian Smith to the free throw line. 2 for 2 thus far. And misses the first. Second one good from Smith. It's an 11-point advantage. Wilson's going to drive in, got caught in the air. Field and a jumper from the free throw line goes. First bucket for Mason Fielden in a while. And a steal for the Hawks. Colton Stacy, nice pass. Oh, and it went through Ramey's hands. Tough break. And then a foul going to be whistled against Caleb Wilson. His 2nd personal and the 9th team foul. So that puts the Blazers in the double bonus.
On the next foul, yeah.
Here's a three from the corner. That missed everything. Might have gotten a piece on it, did Taylor. Fielden. Head up, looking for some openings. Here's Stacy going to fire a long shot that's off the mark. Skying for the board as Taylor somehow missed off the glass. Breaking out. Driving in off the glass, no good. Another offensive rebound. Quick putback. That one's no good. Howard skies up for it.
Parker, I gotta have you in the lane.
Good rebound by Howard.
It's going to be the fourth personal foul on Patrick Arnold.
7th team foul there.
Fielden's going to fire a three. That one missed everything. Well, great job by Kyle Howard to tip that. The Hawks don't get possession, but stopped a fast break from occurring.
Hey, let's go, right here, pick it up.
Hawks have it cut down to single digits. And with over 6 minutes to play, that's a lot of time.
That's what I was about to say. They've fought, they've battled, they've kept it within reach. Now it's even closer than it's been in a while.
Fielden hesitated a little bit, drove in, but couldn't get it to go. And all alone at the other end, this is going to be an easy two for Brian Smith. Caleb Wilson driving in with the left hand. Ooh, and he is fouled hard. Smith got a lot of ball, but a lot of body in there as well. Eighth team foul against the Blazers. First one good for Wilson. We've seen a few comebacks already in this tournament, Steve, and if the Hawks were able to come back, it certainly wouldn't be the most surprising.
No, it wouldn't, but it would be a strong comeback. One of the better comebacks we've seen.
Mason, don't foul.
As Wilson knocked down both of those. Cut it back to a 9-point advantage for the Blazers.
Here's a three from Stewart. It's been a while for him. Can't get it to go. Wilson's going to control the offensive board. Still on it. Oh, what a hesitation. Couldn't get the shot to go as well, though.
Good job to change hands while in the air. And I like what Coach Padilla is doing. Go to the zone. Pack it in. Make them beat you from the outside. He doesn't think they can do it, and it's shown. They've been able to cut back into it. They can just get some shots falling on the other end just like that.
That's a three, and immediately calling the timeout as the lead has been trimmed down to 6. Hawks are going to talk things over as we're under 5 to play. This is the PrimeTime Sports Network.
Mine too.
Hey, right here. Let's get a stop right here.
Under 5 to play, and the Hawks have been able to trim this down to a 2-possession lead. It was a 2-point advantage for the Blazers at halftime.
Gotta play defense.
Stewart has Wilson in his back pocket the whole way around, and the Hawks stepping up their pressure D a little bit. That's certainly something, Steve, that they must have discussed in that last time out, because before that, they were allowing them all the space they wanted outside on the perimeter.
I think they knew the Blazers were going to try to go 4 corners basically here. Move it around, which they're doing. That's got Coach Padilla up. He's trying to figure out what his next move's going to be. Missed shot. Can they get the rebound? Luckily, it actually fell off. Coxey got popped in the face. He was trying to get out of bounds.
He didn't know where he was.
And it hit off his backside as he was going out of bounds before it had hit out of bounds. So it was last touched by the Blazers.
Taylor nearly had it stripped away, was able to get it back. And it's going to be a travel against Taylor.
I don't know if he ever actually lost his pivot foot. I mean, the ball was ripped out of his hands. Ended up coming. I mean, it got ripped out of his hands. He got it again, turned on his pivot and passed it out. I don't know if maybe the referee down on the baseline didn't see that it got knocked out. Yeah, they're going full 4 corners now, are the Blazers, trying to just run this down, wear the Hawks out, and get the easy layup.
There it is. Nice reverse from DeMonte Coxey. Wilson able to hold on to the ball. Stacy thought about the 3. They'd like to get him freed up. Here's Howard. Fielding's going to have one for 3. Just off the mark. Strong rebound from Taylor. Had it swatted away by Jackson. Howard still battling for it, and he's going to get fouled.
He is a strong player.
Yeah, he started to lift Jackson up off the ground if he would have held on.
Kyle Howard from Sapulpa, Oklahoma, Kiefer High School. We know that area. He could be country boy out there.
That's right.
On the farm, baling hay early in the morning and out in the basketball gym later that day.
It's 3 on Jackson, 9th team foul against the Blazers, so both teams in the double bonus the rest of the way. And Howard shuffled his feet. Boy, that's a tough break. We're under 3 to go. The Hawks' mistakes have got to be cut out completely the rest of the way if they're going to hope to come back.
Yeah, you've kind of had your share of them. Now you got to get rid of them. Foul goes against Terrell Marshall. It's his second, 10th team foul.
So here's Jackson to the line for 2. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Make it 5 of 5 as he nails the first. Second one good as well. Lead back up to double digits. Stacy driving in with a nice finger roll. Colton Stacy's in double digits for the Hawks, joining Kyle Howard. Somehow that one didn't fall down. Fielding's got the board.
Stewart's had a lot of them drop, but didn't get that one.
Fielding all the way in. Somebody got a piece of it. I believe it was Donald Hunter. Stacy trying to take it away, battling Hunter on the sidelines. And they're going to foul Donald Hunter.
th team foul. Double bonus the rest of the way, as we mentioned earlier.
Howard skying up for that board. Both of them missed. A break for the Hawks. Probably going to be looking for Stacy here. Ramey's going to try a long-range three, and he got it. Pressure defense coming from the Hawks as they've got this lead down to 5. That's just Howard's third. He's done a good job of staying out of foul trouble.
He picked up 2 within about 4 minutes, it seemed like. Now he just picks up his third. And that's an excellent job, not only by the coaching staff, but also by Kyle Howard when he's on the court. And he was on the court a lot this second half to play smart. Play effectively without fouling.
First one goes down for Austin Seward. This is an important one because it would make it 3 possessions. No good.
2-possession game, minute 15 to go. You've got plenty of time.
Here's Stacy. Back to Ramey. He's going to try a long-range three. That one's off the mark. Nice job by Jackson to control it after they were trying to bounce it off of him. And Lynch Ramey is going to be charged with the foul.
Not necessarily a bad foul. I mean, send the guy to the line. Make him earn it.
And you got enough of him there to make sure that he didn't get the basket to go along with it.
Yeah.
That's a third on Lynch Ramey. First one goes down for Brian Smith. Caleb Wilson will check back in. Second one good as well. 17 points. A game high for Brian Smith. Fielden's going to take a three. Just off the mark. Howard, strong rebound, and goes back up with it.
There's a strong player in Kyle Howard. Third foul on Caleb Wilson. Seward at the other end. Consistent like he has been all game.
17 ties a game high for Austin Stewart. Wilson in the corner, trapped a little bit. And it's going to be a technical foul against Wilson, I believe.
I think that was just a matter of Wilson really thought he thought he was falling out. Wilson thought he was falling out of bounds. Turned, threw the ball as the whistle was being blown or immediately after it. And he picks up the technical.
So he'll get the 2 shots as Tulsa was in the double bonus, and then the Blazers will get 2 shots and the ball. So Wilson gets them both. And Stewart will shoot at the other end for the Blazers.
I don't think that was necessarily one that you got to give a technical for.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, it's just such a continuation play. You've got to
do
everything you can at this
You have to understand
stage.
where you were at. I mean, he's underneath the basket. His team's trailing. He's getting rode out of bounds. He's falling out of bounds. He just turned to try to bounce it off the guy and keep possession. I think you just need to separate them and make sure they understand, hey, that wasn't, it wasn't anything malicious. He didn't turn and look at the guy when he did it. A clean play that they just miscalled it and turns out to be costly.
Foul against Colton Stacy, his third. It'll be Stewart back to the line, got the first. 19 now for Austin Stewart. Fielden's three way off the mark, contested.
Game. Just one too many turnovers for the Hawks in this contest. I like to think that you only have so many mistakes you can make, and it's a matter of when do you make them.
Three from Fielden is no good. That's going to do it. A 75-64 victory for the Baton Rouge Blazers. The final scoring lines for the Tulsa Hawks, leading the way was Kyle Howard with 13. Big game from him, both in the scoring column and on the boards. Caleb Wilson finished with 11, Colton Stacy with 10. 9 each for Lentz Ramey and Parker Taylor. 7 for Mason Fielden and 4 for Terrell Marshall. For the Blazers, a game-high 20 points for Austin Stewart, including 9 in the second half. 17 from Brian Smith, 12 from DeMonte Coxey, 10 from Rontrell Sandolph, 8 points for Malik Jackson, 4 each for Donald Hunter and Patrick Arnold. So with that victory, the Blazers move on to the 10th grade boys championship C bracket quarterfinals. They will take on Team Texas Blue at 5:40 this evening. Hope you'll stick with us for our next game. It'll be our 6th game of the day out of 10. It will be a 10th grade boys championship bracket A first round matchup. Wings Elite from Northwest Arkansas taking on Game Face Elite. Should be a good one. Until then, for Steve Braun, I'm Josh Haley. This is the Primetime Sports Network.